Alright, it's been a good, 2 months. It's been a good 2 months since I actually made a video and put out a video, and I have 3 reasons why. Not really good reasons necessarily, but 3 reasons. Reason number 1, I had recorded like 3 or 4 different videos for my van life tips series, only to get to the actual editing section and to realize that I had failed to turn the microphone on for all of them. So I had videos of myself explaining all of my little tips and tricks for living in a van down by a river, only to to not have anything to show for it. Let's see if I can adjust this. There you go. So that was more than slightly frustrating. Reason number 2 is the van broke. I was getting ready to start a month ago, getting ready to start filming videos again. I had this really cool trip planned where I was going to go out to Whitefish for a weekend and go and shoot some video and have a little adventure, and the engine blew out. So several $1,000s later, the Falcon has a brand new heart, and I just did not feel like sharing that. It was not a good time at all, to say the least. It was actually pretty miserable. And then reason number 3, which is always the least amount of fun to deal with, is just depression, honestly. It was just a myriad of issues. Just working through some personal things. You know, I'm out here 1,500 miles away from my family, going through some crap, just not having a really great time. And I just didn't feel like writing. I didn't feel like shooting any video. But all that's changed now. I'm feeling much better. I'm on the final stretch of this assignment here, which is always exciting to try and figure out what's going to be the next step. And so back to making videos, and can't really think of a better place to start. Let's see if I can actually get it to focus. Let's see, is it gonna, come on now, there we go. I mean, come on. That's pretty cool. That's pretty neat. Now it's not focusing on, there we go. So this is where I'm kind of staying at right now. There is somewhere over there called Canoe Camp out here at the fairgrounds in Fort Benton, and I've got a spot where I can actually be plugged in with the van to shore power. I could even hook up the water if I really wanted to, but that's too much effort, you know. Sometimes it's just too much. And so it's pretty nice. It's enabling me to save on a lot of gas. I can walk to work or ride the longboard. Don't have to use gas for electricity because I'm plugged into shore power. It means I can actually use my air conditioner. It means I can keep all my gear charged. So it's pretty nice. It's a pretty good setup that I've got over there. Got that for at least the rest of the season here, and then it'll be off to who knows where. So I've got a plan, kind of, sort of, and that's kind of what I just want to talk about real quick on here. So basically, the plan for the remainder of this summer season here in Fort Benton is going to be a time for me to really try and refocus on actually making videos again and on writing again, because I haven't done either one of those things in the last 2 months. So I've got a trip that we're going out on tomorrow, I'm going to be bringing this camera, but I'm also going to try and have a couple of videos made ahead of time to compensate for the fact that I will be out of the land of cell phone service for at least 3 days. It's going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, getting off the river on Thursday. So after that, it's going to be back to full-on writing mode, video mode, and really just trying to get some things going mode. Like I said, I'm on the last leg of my time here for this summer, meaning that, quite seriously, my last day here in Fort Benton is either going to be September 28th or October 13th, or one of the days surrounding that. Because the way that my job is structured, I work a maximum of 1,039 hours, and that's it. So I'm getting really close to that point, and depending on where I actually end up hours-wise at the end of this month, I could end up being gone September 28th, or I could end up gone 2 weeks later at October 13th. It's just kind of based on how many hours have I worked and where a pay period falls, the end of a pay period falls. In that case, it's the 28th or the 13th. That's it. That's the long and short of it. I've been putting my nose to the grindstone, trying to apply for other jobs, other parks jobs, other anything jobs really. Every single day I'm hopping on USA Jobs, I'm hopping on government jobs, I'm looking for state parks, national parks, Bureau of Land Management, forests, anything that I can think of that'll keep me employed. I think right now, just over the last 2 months, I have over 100 job applications out there. The thing is, for a winter seasonal position, those jobs are few and far between, so they're even harder to get than this job that I managed to get for this summer, this foot in the door job. So if I don't end up finding anything, then I'll be going back down to Oklahoma, where I will be trying to substitute teach or find some sort of seasonal job for the winter before the next summer comes along. A lot of the rest of my time will be spent finishing the novel, making more YouTube videos, and just trying to stay as productive and busy as possible. So that's gonna be fun. I started listening to a podcast the other day, and by other day I literally mean like yesterday, and it was of an author. The podcast is called I Should Be Writing. I thought that might be something that would be useful to try and help find some motivation to start putting words on paper again. And to be honest, she said something I actually found fairly useful, which is, I don't know if that's surprising or not, but it's kind of talking about excuses and prioritizing. And the thing a lot of people say is, and ask this person, can't remember her name, she wrote the novelization for the Han Solo movie, is that people say, oh, how do you find time to write? Well, for her, it's really easy. That's what her full-time job is. And so I started thinking, though, it's priorities, is what she kept saying. Priorities, priorities, priorities. It's not where do you find time to write, it's how do you prioritize writing. You know, I have time to write. I have time to make these videos. But am I prioritizing this? Am I prioritizing wanting to do YouTube videos and wanting to get a book published? And the answer is, over the last 2-3 months, no, it hasn't been my priority. It hasn't been at all. Over the last month, the biggest priority in my spare time has been playing Minecraft, which is lots of fun, tons of fun, but not very productive. And so I had to stop and think about it and be honest with myself and think, I keep telling people that I'm writing a novel. Well, when's the last time I actually put more words onto paper? It's been over 2 months. And I say, well, I like to make YouTube videos, but when's the last time I actually put a YouTube video up? It's been over 2 months. So I realized that it really just hasn't been a priority to me. It's not that I haven't had time. I've got nothing but time. You know, I work 40 hours a week, and after I work, what am I doing with myself? Playing too many video games. It just hasn't been something that I've prioritized. And so kind of realizing that the only thing that's holding myself back, or the only thing that's holding me back is myself and my lack of a work ethic on these projects that I keep saying I want to do. But I'm not willing to put the time in. I'm not willing to make them a priority. So now it's time to make them a priority again. And it is going to be work. But you don't get things accomplished if you don't put the time in. So that's kind of what the videos from now on are going to be about. A lot of prioritizing, a lot of changing of work ethic, and really also a way that I can hold myself accountable, because it's very obvious if I don't make a video, and it's even more obvious if I include in the video whether or not I actually got any writing done. So that's what I'm about to start going to do. I can't talk. That's what I'm about to start going to go do, is I'm gonna edit this thing together, shoot some more so I can have some videos that'll go up automatically for the next couple of days, and just try and actually put words on paper, because the first draft of the manuscript is something like 70% done and like 450 pages if it were published. I have so much written. Why the hell am I not finishing it? So it's time to finish. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead, shoot some pretty neat video of the river here, because it really is absolutely gorgeous. And then I'm gonna edit this together, get it put up on the internet, and then get to work, because I'm never gonna get anything done otherwise.